So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Adventure Comics number 376, published in January 1969, with story by Jim Shooter and art by Win Mortimer. Look, the Mystic Stone shows Chameleon Boy is doomed, and even I can't save him. Who can prevent the execution of Chameleon Boy? How can we describe this adventure? It's like something out of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. It seems to me more like Beauty and the Beast. Aww. She's afraid of me because of my alien appearance. It reminds me of the Aeneid, where two champions battle for the hand of the princess. It's all those and more. Why not just call it the execution of Chameleon Boy? Metropolis 2068, the greatest supergroup in history, is stymied by an incredible enigma. Of course I'm really Bouncing Boy. Who else do you know who can work part-time as a beach ball? That's BB's imperishable wit, all right. He's the real McCoy. Check, Cosmic Boy. But if this is Chuck Tane, then who vanished before our eyes only minutes ago? He looked enough like BB to be his twin. The last I recall, I was competing against Chameleon Boy. Obviously, he was impersonating me. Negative. Chameleon Boy is lying in a coma now at the Medicenter due to injuries he received while battling Psyche, remember? Or Psyche. Suppose we all calm down and try a little logic, Ultra Boy. Okay, Brainiac 5. Let's review the situation, see if we can find a clue. It all began when we first met the Wanderers, our crime-fighting pals from across the universe. So we get the background about how the Wanderers went through a cloud, turned evil, and a challenge was inscribed on this giant, supposedly impervious piece of metal. And they decided to chase down the Wanderers as well as find out who was the strongest among them, and Bouncing Boy won. But BB won in the contest and then vanished apparently to answer the challenge. But I didn't. I'm right here. Just a minute. Something's bothering me about how you won. BB and I were the finalists. Celebrand, the leader of the Wanderers, had holed up in a sorcerer's tower. Even I couldn't break through its magic walls. So Chuck and I waited at the two doors. Surrender, Celebrand. You can't escape. But he simply gives up to Bouncing Boy, and Bouncing Boy wins. Of course, the stones. Celebrand had the 7 stones. So what, Shadowlass? You mean you don't know about the power of the stones, Superboy? 3 of the stones are for revealing physical things, present, past, and future. 3 of them reveal unseen things, like thoughts, emotions, and motives. The 7th stone reveals other dimensions. And Celebrand had them. He knew about our contest, and he also knew something about my opponent. That made him want to surrender to him. Maybe he was just striking back at us by making the weaker one champion. Sure, Celebrand knew who that phony Bouncing Boy was, or maybe there was a more sinister motive behind Celebrand's choice. So they used the stones to find out, see if they could find out where Bouncing Boy went. They'll tell us all we want to know as soon as we figure out how to work them. Meanwhile, Bouncing Boy is flying through to another dimension. Blackness, I'm falling. Suddenly reality begins to swirl around him, shapes and colors, or gel around him. I've arrived, wherever I am. Behold, your majesty, I have succeeded. The legionnaire is here. Excellent, Radagor. Great Gorgos. Our noble king Artros welcomes you to this world, Legionnaire. I am Sir Kale. The others are Bors, Elistar, Galado, and Norwith, and my Lord's Council and Viceroy Radagar. This is like something out of the legends of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. Knights we are, but no ordinary knights, for no ordinary men could defend King Artros' world domain from the evil which constantly besets as we must. Show them, comrades. So we find out all about their powers, but it's kind of pointless since they're never really used. So Elistor has bolts that never miss, and this dude has hypno shields. He's Sir Norwith. Galado, my axe is my weapon, and it always comes back, kind of like Thor. And then we have Kale with a mighty mace, which, when swung, repels anyone near. I am Bors. My power is my horned helmet, with which I can breach the mightiest walls. And I, Artros, the king, I own the sword of sound. Its awesome vibrations are my weapons. It shatters steel as though it were glass. Shades of Quartarth. It's like a super tuning fork. This is Radagar, whose science is responsible for all our powers. He is our king's chief counsel, said to be the wisest of all men. Wow. An ultra-modern Merlin. I wonder why he's pointing those weird devices at me. Which one of you challenged me? Whom do I battle? None of us. The challenge requires some explanation. Look at the wall. There you see the image projection. The black vassal Kodar. Kodar is a mighty baron. His armies are large and well-trained. He himself is a giant of a man. His strength is without limit. Kodar has always had an eye on the throne, but now, worse, he seeks the hand of Princess Elwinda. Kodar claims the right to the princess's hand as chief vassal. He hopes by this marriage to become heir to the crown. The only way to stop him is for someone to defend the princess's honor, meet Kodar's challenge, and apparently none of them dare challenge Kodar. Radagar learned of the Legion through their dimensional crystal. We did not know if you would aid us, or indeed which of you could. So instead of an appeal, we issued a challenge by means of Radagar's animated gauntlet, something no honorable hero could ignore. I didn't, but now that I'm here and I know the scoop, what makes you think I'll go along with your problem? Bring forth the princess. So the princess is very attractive, and Bouncing Boy falls in love with her. The king has decreed that any honorable man who saves his daughter from becoming the bride of the black vassal shall have her hand in marriage. Hold, sire, my instrument shows something amiss. This lad is not what he seems. He is disguised. This is not his true form. Assume your real nature, impostor, and explain this deceit or die where you stand. He changes. I look at him. This is my natural form. I'm Reap Daggle, called Chameleon Boy. He is inhuman. Why did you not foresee this, Radagar? Explain, alien. Tell us why you attempted such trickery. This cannot be. He's an alien monster. I was in competition with the guy whose form I copied, Bouncing Boy. Psyche, mistress of emotions, has us trapped in a web of hate. One of us will kill the other unless my protoplasmic pet can come through. Grrr. Prody came through all right. He became a carbon copy of me and distracted Psyche. Another one. My gun. She blasted Prody, but in that split second, she lost control of us and I made a dive. This is it. It was the first time I ever slapped a woman, but I couldn't risk falling under her spell again. With Psyche under wraps, I surveyed the situation. Prody is injured. Bad enough, so he's temporarily locked in my form. BB fell and hit his head when I jumped out. He's out cold. Then I got the idea of borrowing BB's identity, knowing it would be an ace in the hole in the final round. As it turned out, I didn't need it, but I'd hoped to take our challenger by surprise as Bouncing Boy. I see. This merits counsel. Take the Legionnaire to his quarters. Prepare the council chamber. Will there be anything else, my lord? No, thank you. You can go now. The page, he's shivering with fear. To these people, I must really be a monster. Oh well, at least I have a nice layout for my stay. What's next for the disguised Dynamo? Will he beat the bad guy, marry the princess, and live happily ever after? Or will this be a grimmer tale? Part 2 will tell.